on the job.
Greetings, fellow Americans, and thank you for tuning in to the Political Bone Zone. We're here to discuss politics and political policies. Here with me, as usual, is Randy Liedtke.
Good day, sir.
Good to see you. Randy has been an advisor to many politicians, has a short-lived political career himself from the great state of Oregon. Thank you for joining me, Randy Liedtke.
Hello, listener, and hello to you, Brendon. Thank you for having me one more time.
God bless America. And also joining us today from the state of Minnesota is Johnny Pemberton.
Hello.
And we're here to discuss politics and the such. Johnny, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm really glad to be here with all this politics.
Now, today in the newspaper, some politicians were saying that taxes may go up this year. Randy Liedtke, what's your thoughts?
Over my dead body. You know what? If this happens one more time in my lifetime, and if someone comes out and says no, and then it's yes, like, forget it, you know?
That's a good point. Johnny Pemberton, care to respond?
I think it's a good thing. I think we're going to need those taxes to pay for a lot of the programs that were getting implemented by his administration.
Well, Johnny has a point, Randy, that education and taxes, I mean, we do need to fund these projects. Where do you expect this money to be coming from if not from the taxpayers?
It can come from, let's cut back on certain things that we don't need.
Okay, what would that be?
Okay, number one, let's say machinery. Okay, cut back on machinery. Now we have all this extra capital, and that capital can be put into the place where you need that money because you were going to get it from taxes, and now you have that from machinery.
Well, in a perfect world, that could work, but we need the machinery. We're in 3 wars right now. We need these machines to create jobs, and these machines are used in the manufacturing industry. So you expect to just shut all those down?
I didn't say that. I didn't say shut all the machines down. I said let's cut back on machinery. Recently, I read an article where it said we had 30% too much machinery. If we were to take that 30%, repurpose it, let's take the machines
to the
apart.
capital?
Take the machines apart, sell it for scrap to China. Now we got all this capital. Now we can bring the taxes down, and you got the people are happy, and the people who are working on the machines, we can repurpose them for something else. You know what I mean?
I think that's a bad idea. I think what we need to be talking about here is the crisis of credit. The capitals need to be moved. We've got capitals in locations that people aren't living in anymore. There's a lot of capitals, like, what's the capital of New York?
Montpelier.
It's not. It's the capital of Vermont. And again, that's an illustrates Albany. And who goes to Albany? Nobody. And it will be what we should do is make New York City the capital of New York, and that goes to be said for pretty much 40% of the states have capitals in locations that aren't suitable for the capital. And I think that you're going to get a 35% reduction in spending if you do that, because it's going to generate jobs for the people who need it most instead of shutting down these manufacturers.
Randy, Johnny has a pretty good point there.
I think if we were to do that, I get what you're saying there. Good point, Johnny. But if we're to do that, what's going to stop us from moving the Nationals capital for the same reason? Washington, D.C.
I think that's a great idea, actually.
Capital.
No, I think that's a great idea. I think you do
See,
move it.
There we go. We opened up a whole bucket of problems here.
A whole bucket of problems.
Well,
yes.
I don't think it is a problem. I think it's a great thing, because here's the problem: is the job creators are being taxed too heavily, and they can't create jobs, and so this would open that up.
So to take what Johnny said a little earlier, take it a step further, but what if we just moved, what if we made New York the capital of the nation?
Absolutely.
Because it's definitely bigger than Washington, D.C.
Absolutely.
There's more people there. That way you would have more industry in the capital. You have more people. There'd be more jobs created. Albany right now probably only has a population of a couple 100,000.
It's a dump too. It looks like if you've driven around Albany this time of year or any time before summer, it's like a bunch of goddamn sludge pools everywhere. It's just sickening. It's rocks. It's black water.
So you're saying that there should be a beautification project?
Yep. I think Jay-Z has talked about this publicly at many Knicks games about the idea of moving the nation's capital to New York City.
If you don't mind me interjecting here, what if everything was beautiful, Johnny? Is that the world you want to live in? Everything is beautiful.
No.
Every person has a symmetrical face. Every person has a bright red bicycle.
That's a good point.
That's a logical fallacy.
Where do we stop? There's going to be things that are good, in comparison, there has to be things that are bad. You can't have a good meal until you've had a bad meal.
That is true. Quid pro quo, ergo hoc propter hoc. What I would say to that, when you are bringing up that argument that way, we have these ugly things. They're still there. The people who live there are ugly and they're retarded. They're still living there. Mm-hmm. But we just don't have the nation's capital in the place where the ugly and retarded are living and spending most of their time with their dirty, non-rad bicycles.
Well, that brings up another issue in the country today. In the newspaper today, the New York Times said that there is a large number of ugly, retarded people that are unemployed, and it is the holiday season. And who's supposed to take care of these ugly retards? Well,
this is something that in years past, when the job creators weren't being so heavily taxed with these terrible taxes from the Obama administration, they would have been employed. They would have been employed by job creation organizations such as Q&E and Thunder. Those people would have been employed.
Bringing up Thunder is like bringing up. Well, my other reference would be Q&E. You brought both of them up.
Well, that's because they're both.
Can we put the past in the past, or can we, or what are we doing here?
I think that's what the problem is now. Is we need to just put the past in the past, and this is a problem that's presented to us now, and we need to deal with it accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Well, we deal with it. The Obama administration is just pushing it down like an ugly duck under the sand. That's what they're doing to it, and these people aren't going to go away. I'm sorry, but Albany and places like Albany, like San Antonio or Boise, Idaho. That's the capital of Idaho, and it's suffering right now. It is terrible there.
What do you suggest that we do about the economies in these capitals that are suffering? And in addition to the ugly, retarded people that may be living in these areas, do we ship them out? We have these displaced people that need jobs. They need these programs. Mm-hmm. They need capitals. And yet they don't have these. And then as a tax-paying citizen, such as myself, I'm fine with paying my taxes. Nobody likes to pay taxes. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not crazy about writing that check to the government every year.
It's terrible.
But you got to do it. And you're not going to agree with all the programs that they're funding with them. But it's what keeps the oil. It's what keeps the machine well oiled and moving. And Randy's saying he doesn't want any machines at this point, which we will get back to.
I didn't say that.
Because without the machines, we're going to have even less opportunities for these ugly, retarded people to contribute to society and then pay into the taxes that will in turn support the programs that are needed to support the ugly, retarded people who are not part of the tax-paying system.
I think that is a good point. I don't know if I have the answer for that now. We've seen Brazil do cherry zone reduction year after year, and they've had massive casualties in terms of retention and all types of other forms of that same word with their cherry zone, and that's just not going to work out. And if we implement cherry zone reduction in the same sense that they've done with the Brazilian economy, I think that's going to be disastrous for America and the United States in general. I mean, look at Alaska.
Randy, do you care to speculate on that?
On which part? Looking at Alaska?
Well, yeah. I think that's a good place to start because it's really yeah.
Alaska, large area, not a lot going on there. Mm-hmm. There is some mining happening. There's a lot of cold weather.
TV shows,
very popular. I say, if we're going crazy, Johnny, why don't we put the nation's capital in Alaska?
You know what? I think that's the first sensible thing I've heard from him all day.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not kidding.
What's
next?
What? The Olympics in Alaska?
I'm not kidding.
What's
Alaskan
next?
Olympics.
Look, you know what? We all talk about the Summer Olympics. It's a big deal. It's happening. Whereas it's happening, coincidentally happening in Brazil. But the Winter Olympics are twice as often as the summer. So those are twice as revenue generating. And if you had a Winter Olympic capital, you could do it every year, maybe twice a year, and you would really have a lot of revenue, and you wouldn't have to shut down those 30% manufacturers.
I didn't say that. I said repurpose the machines, break them down, build something else.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing. If you're repurposing those machines, the Chinese dragon is going to rear its head, and we're going to have a strike, a coastal striker.
Well, that's we'll get back to that issue. There are some other pressing things that on CNN today it was reported that that poverty has actually decreased this year, which is giving the bankers more incentives to try and loan more money to people since they can pay it back. Johnny, do you? What are your thoughts on this? Does this seem like something that's going to keep the economy healthy, or do you think that it's going to be another crash and burn situation?
Oh, this is a classic false flag.
Please elaborate.
It's an economic false flag from the administration. It's what we've seen this time and time again. The same misreported numbers trying to represent something to lead us into a stagnated quagmire.
Well, that's an interesting take. I don't know if that's necessarily correct.
Ask Jeffrey Toomer. Ask Jeffrey Toomer at G&O.
Well, that's now that's apples and oranges right there.
Well, Apple's done really well in the private sector, and their public interest has taken Twitter by storm.
Well, Randy Liedtke, I'm going to give you a chance to respond to that because I'm sure you have a lot to say about what Johnny said. But we got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with the Political Bone Zone. Thanks for listening, and we will be back in just a minute.
When a French croissant marries an Italian pizza, imagine the passionate combination of texture and taste. McCain Microwave Croissant Pizza, delicate and tender, yet full of zest and flavor.
Let this texture and this taste that McCain has joined together, let no one put asunder.
McCain Microwave Croissant Pizza. Texture and taste in perfect harmony.
And we're back here with the Political Bone Zone. This is Brendon Walsh. I'm joined here with Johnny Pemberton and Randy Liedtke. And Johnny, you were saying... if you want to remind the viewers what you were saying before the break.
False flag.
False flag event of the economic structure of the administration saying that poverty is actually down this year, giving the bankers incentives to make more money and give more money to people since nobody's poor. And Johnny seems to think that's a false flag. Randy, what are your thoughts on this?
I think the whole concept of a false flag, like what is a flag? Name a flag, okay? It's a real thing, and to falsify it, I think, is a shame. And also, I think it's not, it's like scare tactics. It's like boo,
Great show.
Who's afraid of the big bad whatever? Like, I think flags are there for a reason, and if we falsify them, then who's to trust who? And I don't think it's even happening, to be honest.
So it's a game of trust, is what you're saying.
It's a game of. It's not a game. It is trust. Trust. Why not? Why not to trust?
Well, what about this whole thing with the administration calling for Tobey Maguire to make a new movie? Like, what are they meddling in that for? They're repeatedly putting out these. They've got Jay Carney up there. Not able to answer any questions except about their interest, the unilateral, bicameral, bipartisan interest in having Tobey Maguire do a one-handed big movie again.
Well, but that's out of our hands because that's the government thinks that's good for economy. It's good at this time. We have a couple wars going on. People, it's the holidays. People don't have that much. There's not as much food on the table as there used to be. Times are tough. There's no way getting around that. Times have been tough. It's the holiday season. People like to watch Tobey Maguire. The government's going to put forth another Tobey Maguire film. There's no way around that. And so that's kind of That's like arguing with the sun for rising and setting every day.
Well, where has Toby been? I haven't seen him. I think there's a reason for this. I think he's being held against his will.
Where do we draw the line? Product placement in TV and film has gone pretty far, but if the government is pulling the same thing with today's actors and actresses, human placement, I feel like is something that needs to be talked about. No one's talking about it, and it's happening.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of funny things here pop up on the Drudge Report. I've seen some stuff on Shippers and on casting.net. That is
politics.com.
That's reported a lot of different things. Politico. I mean, you've got Mark Scherer at Politico doing this piece that no one's paying attention to. No one's talking about it. And if this continues, we're going to see a bumpy road ahead in the spring.
Which leads us to the budget, which I know, Randy, you're kind of an expert in this field. How do you see the budget? Where do you see us coming in? We're almost at the end of the fiscal year. And from what things have looked like, the numbers have been a little crazy.
You know what? Every year they say we're going to get a grasp on it, and every year they're wrong, okay? Things are getting worse, but they want us to believe they're slightly better. What do we need? We need someone with a big pair of pants and a big you-know-what inside of that pair of pants. You know what I mean? We need
wallet?
Yes, a big wallet. We need someone to take control, and we need someone that's willing to... maybe garnish their own wages.
I think Clooney's a good idea.
So, and do you agree with the idea of people volunteering to garnish their own wages?
I think that's not gonna work because volunteer garnishment in the past has proved to be very difficult and very unpopular for the administration implementing it.
But what if you knew where it was going? What if we said, America, listen. Everyone that makes over this amount of money.
What is this?
I don't know. That's for someone else to decide.
There you go. But that's the thing. No one wants to decide that.
Well, you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
You do, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, and you got to count those chickens before they hatch because it's what's in the basket.
Well, but if what Randy's saying, and I'll let Randy finish.
Thank you. Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
just saying, what if, okay. Remember the draft? Huh? Remember the draft?
Right.
People were ready. People wanted to help. What if we could create that again? What if America's elite and middle elite decided 2% of what I have is going to go to the government to pay off that debt? Maybe they'll get something in return at some point. Maybe like a commemorative coin or a hat or a T-shirt.
You're talking about Kickstarter politics.
Kickstarter
politics.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Well, is it worth all this trouble if the final result is a balanced budget?
But who's footing the bill for that? It's the job creators.
Well, it would be volunteered garnishment.
Let me ask you this: what's 2% of nothing? It's nothing. So when you go out to these people with 2% of nothing, that's not going to take us to where we need to be, and we need to be in the black.
Well, and that's one. If one road leading to that outcome is volunteer garnishment, then I think that Randy might be onto something.
There's a fine lyric on Ick a Prick, the 1981 Funkadelic album, which sums us up greatly. It's what is it? It's you got me here. It's something about a millimeter longer. Let's discuss disgusting, and that's what they're talking about. Let's discuss disgusting. That's what this all is all about. And no one. It's a dirty ball. It's a dirty ball, and it's a dirty dog, and no one wants to play fetch.
I'm not familiar with those lyrics, but I do get what you're.
That wasn't a lyric. The dirty ball, dirty dog. That's just an analogy. It's an old analogy,
Okay, well, if you're just joining us, this is Brendon Walsh. I'm here with Randy Liedtke and Johnny Pemberton. We're discussing politics and the budget. When we come back, we will be talking about some new bills that Congress has on the table to pass. So don't go away. We'll be back in just a minute with the Political Bone Zone.
True blue taste, wishbone bright, real blue cheese in every bite. Chunky, bold, vibrant, cute, bluest blue you've ever seen. Take a peek, take a pour, looking is what you're looking for. Taste the color,
creamy rivers of real blue cheese, onions, and black pepper give Wishbone its true blue taste.
Wishbone, world's most colorful taste.
Also available in fat-free.
It's the Bone Zone. You're here with Big Daddy Brendon and Rockin' Johnny and Rippin' Randy. Somebody's at the rock and roll door.
Hey, I want a guitar and a house. Yes, please. I'll have a turntable as well.
Oh, shit.
No, do that again. No. No. Oh, that would be so fun at a party. Oh,
we are introducing some new sound effects.
What was that little, like a cat? You know what's funny?
Is that
about
a baby
sound?
or a cat?
That was like a baby cat.
Baby cat.
As like a
Half baby, half cat.
God, you can
That'd
feel-
be kind of cute.
Yeah. It'd be all like,
That sounds like a
can you
baby.
combine that with the Jaguar sound?
not fast enough.
What the hell was that?
Thunder.
Oh, if only we could make that sound last
Damien
for the whole
Hirst.
podcast. What's that?
Hello, I'm artist Damien Hirst.
That one doesn't stop,
No,
huh?
that one just keeps going.
Oh.
I wonder how long it goes. Let's count. You ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10.
9.
Nine
Nine.
and a half.
I liked it better if it was 10, but whatever.
You ever see that movie 9.5 Weeks?
I didn't.
Mickey Rourke,
I
Kim
didn't.
Basinger, Alex Baldwin's his wife.
Kim used to be.
You ever seen that movie 9.5 Months with Hugh Grant,
Oh.
Elizabeth Hurley,
Elizabeth Hurley. She's
about a woman who gives birth a half a month late?
Really?
9.5 months.
Did you hear about
Check
what
it
happened to
out.
Elizabeth
Have-
Hurley like back many years ago?
What happened?
She went to a wedding,
Oh, yeah.
like a big old, rich people country wedding in England, and she wore a dress that was kind of a showstopper. And they wrote it up because it was like, you're not supposed to do that at a wedding. You're not supposed to look better than the bride.
Oh, who
And
was the
she-
bride?
They didn't say, but it just basically
Forgettable. Someone forgettable.
This was a slit skirt and it was a low cut. So
Oh.
you saw a lot of leg, you saw a lot of cleavage, and this was like Elizabeth Hurley hair with the down hair look.
A legit ass showstopper.
I know. So that's pretty crazy of her to do that.
Well, you got to hand it to her, though, because she's a big component. She's a big proponent of breast cancer awareness.
That's true. Yeah.
And if you guys out there don't know who we're talking about Liz
Elizabeth
Hurley.
Hurley.
She's born June 10th, 1965. She's an English model and actress.
And now she's ancient.
She's been associated with the cosmetics company Estee Lauder since the company gave Hurley her first modeling job at the age of 29.
That's kinda
which is
late.
kind of late for a
Wow.
model. Yeah. That's kinda
29.
late. 29 is when she was.
What was
picked
she
up
doing before
by Estee
that?
Lauder.
What was she doing?
She was.
Let's get some history on that.
Okay, in the 90s, Hurley became known as the girlfriend of Hugh Grant.
Oh.
In 1994, Grant.
He had a problem.
Well, no. 1994, Grant became the focus of international media attention due to the success of his film Four Weddings and a Funeral, if I remember correctly.
Funny movie.
Oh, it's such a. That's when. Okay.
Mr. Bean does the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit.
I wonder if we
Remember
can
that?
find a clip of that.
I'm
I
a
would
big-
love to see that.
Yeah, I used to watch that over and over again.
We had one of our people over the weekend catch up with Elizabeth Hurley and ask her some questions about her breast cancer
Oh,
awareness.
cool. Did you get it?
Yeah, let's just take a listen here.
Oh, great.
Great.
This is one of our Bone Zone roving reporters.
Yeah. I think I'm just pulling it up. It's almost
It's a roving bone.
Roving Bone.
Did you guys hear about this?
So that's
pretty great.
That's pretty great. I mean, that's great that we had somebody out there in the field, had boots on the ground at the breast cancer awareness benefit. I was wondering, Randy, have you done your diarrhea awareness benefit yet, or?
That is coming up in January.
Is that that's the month for that, huh?
January is Diarrhea Awareness Month.
Diarrhea Month.
Yeah.
And that's the charity Running Out of Time?
Yeah. They actually have, it's at...
Running Out of Time?
They have one of those big, it's at like that big expo center.
Where?
It's like a convention. I think it's, I can't remember. I think it's down in San Diego.
Okay.
It's
San Diego Convention Center.
Yeah. It's called Shitstorm. And it's pretty cool.
That's such a fun name for that.
Yeah, you just go down there and you know.
Well, that's what I like about the whole charity scene is it's got a sense of humor. Shitstorm, like when we did the breast cancer, when we did Tits Off to You, that was the Tim and Eric sponsored breast cancer awareness one.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and, Tom Goes to the Mayor, Tits Off to You, which was like a mastectomy. I can't remember how they did it, but it was really good. It was real classy.
Well, if you want more information about diarrhea awareness, just go to type in diarrhea awareness in your computer, and the way you spell diarrhea is DIARR. No, you're spelling it wrong.
No,
it's DIARRHEA.
REA.
And
OEAA.
Some people
spelled it wrong.
Some people think it's funny, but actually it's hot and runny. So.
Oh, is that the website?
No, I'm just saying diarrhea is not a joking matter.
A lot of people out there
it's a crapping matter.
Think that they have diarrhea when they actually have loose stools. Where there is a difference. Diarrhea and loose stools are different. There's a different reason why both of them are happening.
Protein deficiencies.
And sometimes you're just, sometimes they come out and they sound similar, but there's more to it. So make sure to get that looked into and get it checked out, because you snooze, you lose on this one.
Yeah, and if you snooze, you might lose by not making it to the bathroom in time. And that's also sort of the same thing. If you don't make it to the charity in time, you're going to cause other people to lose.
Now, you might just have loose stools, but diarrhea, you count them. I guess that's the way you count, because if you have 3 or more loose stools per day, then you're in diarrhea territory. Diarrhea. If you just have a liquid poop every now and then, probably something you ate, you're fine.
Like could be eggplant that's been fried too long. Could be a piece of bread. A lot of times I have a problem with cracked pepper. If I have more than a spoonful of cracked pepper for breakfast with my eggs, that'll cause diarrhea. So oftentimes, a lot of people have a mayonnaise thing. So even just the slightest amount of mayonnaise will cause a real spray town.
So here's I pulled up the Bristol stool chart here, so everybody can know what.
This is a great reference.
So here's the type 1 of the poop that you're going to do is going to be separate hard lumps, like nuts, hard to pass sometimes. That's fine. No need for alarm. Type 2 on the Bristol stool chart is a sausage-shaped but lumpy stool. And again,
what's the difference?
Don't worry about that. With separate hard clumps, what's the difference between separate hard clumps and sausage-shaped?
Those are both healthy?
I mean, they're just different kinds of poop.
Well, I don't understand this. How do you call it out?
They're not diarrhea. Let's just hear me out.
Sorry.
Type 3 is kind of like a sausage, but with cracks on the surface. And that's, again, you don't have diarrhea if that's what it is, if that's what you're doing. Type 4, kind of like a sausage or a snake, but it's smooth and soft. It's not lumpy like the others.
Could you go back
but again, not diarrhea. Yeah.
Could you go back to type 3 and differentiate it between type 2?
Okay. Type 2 is sausage-shaped but lumpy, okay? Type 3 is like a sausage but with cracks on the surface. So no lumps. And it's got cracks. What's so funny? Well, and neither of those are diarrhea. Type 4 is like a sausage or snake. It's smooth and soft, though. No lumps, no cracks, no sauce.
But go back to type 2, please. I'm sorry.
Type 2 is sausage-shaped but lumpy.
But here's the thing is that sausages, there's so many different types of sausages That's the thing where I think this has got to be misleading.
Well, it's more of a short sausage.
Like a breakfast sausage?
Someone could rewrite this regionally.
Like a breakfast link?
No, I think they're talking about...
Like a brat.
Well, it depends where you're from.
Like a knockwurst, a Weisswurst?
I think the typical sausage shape is I think there's a pretty generic sausage shape.
Like
it's
at
not,
a hotel
it's not sized.
brunch.
So how come
it's not sausage sized? It's sausage shaped. So
how come they wouldn't mention like a cigar in there as opposed to why would they say sausage?
Because sausages have a little bit of a curvature sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're not shooting missiles.
Just well, nice, you know what? I think logs are the best to say.
Lincoln logs.
To say like a stick, like a stick or like a bough, like the base of a ash tree, box elder tree.
All right. Well, this is so.
Go back to 2. Could you count down?
Well, number 2 is the sausage shape but lumpy. But here, wait, you're sidetracking me. So type 2 sausage shape and lumpy. Type 3 is like a sausage but with cracks on the surface. Type 4, like a sausage or snake. And it's smooth and soft. Now here's where things get different though. Type 5, and this is when you might want to start looking into this when you're flirting with diarrhea. Type 5 is soft blobs with clear cut edges. So it's more of like I think that's a pretty good description. It's
soft blobs with clear cut edges.
Yeah, so it's like...
Can we go back to 4 here? Because
4 is like a sausage or snake.
But snakes, there's so many different types of snakes out there. I've had this before.
Well, it's smooth and soft.
I've taken pictures. My batteries in my phone might be a little dead here, but I have a picture from a couple years ago, something I called micro snakes. And this is it's a poo-poo that I took.
I don't know if I want to see it.
Well, I don't know if I'm able to find it because I got a lot of pictures in here.
Would you take pictures of your poop a lot?
When they're micro snakes, yes.
Micro snakes.
That's what I'm trying to say here is that they're snakes, but they're very small. Imagine
so it's like angel... Wait, you have actual snakes in your stool?
No, they're just a lot of snakes that are very, very thin snakes.
All right, well, while you're looking for that picture, I'll round out the last few types of stool on the Bristol stool chart. So we got type 5, soft blobs with clear-cut edges. Type 6... Now this is something I think Randy does this kind of a lot. It's type 6 is fluffy pieces with ragged edges, a mushy stool.
I don't know what that means. Say that again.
Fluffy pieces with ragged edges, a mushy stool. So it's you know what I'm saying? It's like
no, say it again.
It's kind of like it's fluffy pieces. So they're individual pieces, but it'd be a pile.
Can we stop real quick?
Fluffy pieces with ragged edges, a mushy stool.
I really
but hold on, there's only one more.
Is there a picture?
And this is diarrhea.
Is there a picture of fluffy pieces?
Type 7 is watery, no solid pieces, entirely liquid.
Let me see. I cannot, for the love of God, understand what fluffy pieces means. Fluffy pieces with ragged edges, a mushy stool. That is poetry in motion. Let's see here. I'm going to turn the brightness up on this monitor. Oh, this makes so much sense now. The pictures. Oh, I get it. They should just say, like, candy bar. Fluffy pieces.
I've got my Bristol stool chart on my wall. It tells me which category my stool falls into. Oh, 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 oh. And by stool I mean poo. Oh, 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 oh. They call it stool. Oh, 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 oh. It's just a fancy word for poo. Oh, 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 oh. It's in a nice, nice frame 'cause it's a work of art. My precious, 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 precious Bristol stool chart. Oh, 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 oh. Every variety of poo. Oh, 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 oh. Don't you know? Oh, 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 oh. That you should get one too. Oh, 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 oh. They ought to make a Bristol fart chart. They ought to make a Bristol fart chart too. It would be scratch and sniff. They ought to make a Bristol fart chart. They ought to make a Bristol fart chart too. Scratch and sniff. They ought to make a Bristol fart chart. They ought to make a Bristol fart chart too. It'd be scratch and sniff.
Is that your fade or his fade?
My fade.
Wow, you faded out. Wow, disrespectful. Mad disrespectful. I hope Matt's not listening.
Oh.
The fade back in.
I've got my Bristol stool chart on my wall. It tells me which category my stool falls into.
It's really well produced.
Stool, I mean poo. They call it stool. That's just a fancy word for poo.
So if you guys are curious about what kind of stools you're doing, you can get the Bristol stool chart. You can. There are only 7 different kinds of poop listed on there.
That is pretty. You got to draw a line somewhere, right?
I think there could be twice as many, really.
I gotta say this though, is that
what about the splats? That's not on there.
Splats?
Yeah, the splats, because it's not fluffy pieces with ragged edges, and it's not watery with no solid pieces. It's more of a. See,
I've had something called what my doctor would call porridge, which is it's thick. It's like a thick oatmeal. You could stand up a chopstick in it, but it is definitely not pieces. It's like a Yogurtland soft serve.
Oh, we should go to Yogurtland.
Get that Kona.
I found a song called Ragged Edges.
Okay.
This is not about poop.
Well, it's probably an instrumental.
Well,
either way.
That's Ragged Edges.
It's like a very Irish,
It started off Irish and then turned bluegrass.
Well, both. You got Irish. You got Hicks in those woods. You got Mix in those woods.
Maybe we should call an Irish pub and play that music for
yeah. Hey, you know what would be good right now?
What?
To go to an Irish or a British pub and have pub fare.
We could eat some sausages.
You know what? I'm down for. We could go to the Cat and Fiddle.
Could even better.
I would love to get some sausages with cracks on the surface.
Also, you know what would be great to do at that pub is just get drunk as hell.
Randy wants to
get down and dirty.
I would love to have a number 3.
God, I want to get drunk.
Well, you can't order from the food menu using the Bristol stool chart.
I'll have a number 3.
So wait, you want a sausage but with cracks on the surface?
Yeah, so it's been cooked a little bit longer and the skin is broken.
We're going to have to wait a little while, but we do have some type 2s.
What are the type 2s again?
Sausage shaped but lumpy.
That's a good pub fare.
That's like a chicken apple.
Yeah, or we have a number 4. It's sausage or snake, smooth and soft.
Oh, okay, so some kind of skinnier, kind of breakfasty, merguez looking sausage.
And that comes with 2 sides.
Stink sausage, merguez. It's like a French
comes with
spicy
a side of 5?
lamb.
It comes with 2 sides. You can get a 5, which is soft blobs with clear cut edges, or a 6 fluffy pieces with ragged edges.
So I'll have a number.
I want to go to a pub.
If the threes aren't ready, you said.
Well, it'll just take a minute.
That's fine. Let's have I'll have the number 3, but let's get a number. Let's get some fluffy pieces for the table.
Oh, okay, that's a good call.
Yeah, let's get some fluffy pieces
for the table.
6
for the table.
Yeah, we'll split it.
Some soft blobs first.
Yeah,
that's like a blood.
Soft blobs, fluffy piees for the table.
Is that a blood sausage?
And then
like a boudin.
You know what? Actually, and maybe we should get for starters too. We should get a number 1, which is separate hard lumps like nuts.
Oh yeah,
nuts.
Bring those right away. Those are just ready.
We'll just bring it out as it's ready.
Bring it with the drinks, please.
Yeah, good idea. And for drinks, I'll have a number. Was it 7 or 8?
Number 7. Yeah, watery, no solid pieces, entirely liquid. That's
I'll have
what
an
I
old
want.
McSorley's number 7.
Yeah, neat. Bring me a number 7. Neat.
And I'll have do you guys have Imperial pints? Because I'll have one of those.
Those are good, man.
Of a number 7.
God, is there a good pub around here? No.
Yeah, there's tons of good pubs.
Where?
Everywhere.
Where?
All pubs are good. You know why? Because they sell booze, and I love booze.
There's no good pubs.
Yeah, dog.
They're all bad. They all just think they're good. They're bad. You know why? Because they're not in England. They're not in Ireland. They're not in Wales.
Well, maybe you should move there.
Ooh, he yawned. I would like to go there, maybe a visit, and just.
I yawned because you're boring.
Sober our blotto. This is our motto. Keep muddling through.
We can go to this one. I found this one place. I saw this one place on TV.
What's it called?
Oh, yeah?
We can call it
the Tilted Kilt?
Yeah,
I'm not sure what it's called, but I remember seeing it on a TV. And we can call them.
Let's call it.
Okay.
All right.
God, I could go for some pub fare.
I could go for some pub fare,
Here's
too.
What
I've been on a juice cleanse for the last,
24 hours.
10 days. I've been on a juice
I've been on a
cleanse.
juice cleanse for almost long enough to call it a cleanse.
I've been on a juice cleanse for
since almost this time yesterday.
No, way past this time yesterday.
Oh, really?
Like earlier. Yeah, I started.
Really?
I didn't eat yesterday.
How much cayenne you been having?
No cayenne. You see, I don't think I'm doing it.
Calling
right.
this place, I saw
just
this
bought a
place
bunch
on
of
TV.
V8 Fusion. I'm just drinking V8 Fusion.
Cranberry second off.
Hello. Hello.
Yep.
Hey.
Cranberry second off.
Oh wait, this is Steak and Stub.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's Steak and Stub. Okay. Hey, this is Kevin. You guys were on TV, right?
I'm sorry. What was that?
You guys were on TV, right?
Yeah, that was us.
Man, how was that?
Oh, I didn't work at that time, so.
Oh, that's too bad. Why? Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sucks. I was trying to do that too, where I worked, and they were like, "You can't work today." That was the worst. It made me feel like I wasn't even worked there. So hey, look, I have my dad coming into town, and his brother, like my uncle. It's not like my uncle, but it's his brother, and they are like sandwich guys. Do you ever? They're just really big into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're trying to start their own sandwich business, so they want to just check out other places because they saw you on the TV. Did you see the TV episode?
Yeah, I actually saw it.
Oh, I didn't actually see it.
Oh.
Was it awesome?
Yeah, it was.
What did they do? Did they just do it? Did they do a challenge, or did they just do like a showcase?
He didn't do a challenge here, but he tried it out and then he saw how they made it and stuff.
Oh, he decided not to do a challenge because he saw how the sausage was made.
I don't know.
Because you heard that old expression, I don't want to see how the sausage is made.
It's the first time I hear it.
Oh, it's this thing because sausage is like the way it's made is terrifying. It's like involves like tubes and slippery shots and stuff.
Jack, ask if they have the sausage with cracks on the surface.
Okay, this is what I was supposed to call about. I'm sorry, I get distracted. Do you guys have the sausage with? It's like something evidently you guys used to have the sausage with cracks on the surface.
No, we don't. You
don't. That's so weird. I don't know what he must have been confused. Wait, what? They don't have it. They don't have it. Are you thinking of something else?
Well,
is it the pieces?
Soft blobs with clear-cut edges?
It's supposed to be some sausage that has soft blobs with clear-cut edges.
A sausage with
clear-cut edges. What's the name of this? What's the name of it?
Soft blobs.
No, that's not the name.
Clear-cut edges.
I'm sorry.
It's online.
Soft blobs. What's
on their website?
Hold on. Let me see it. I'm sorry, my brother. God. Hold on. This is I guess it's called the Bristol sandwich. Does that make sense?
The Bristol sandwich?
The Bristol stool sandwich? No?
What was that?
It's called like the stool sandwich or something. It's like it's shit. I don't know. That's what he says.
No,
he can't read though.
With that one.
He can barely read. He's an idiot.
See if they have it's fluffy pieces with ragged edges. It's mushy.
I'm sorry. He's fluffy pieces with ragged edges. Does that sound familiar? Fluffy pieces with ragged edges. That's like a description.
A gyro?
That sounds like a gyro. It's a gyro, idiot. Like a G. Okay. See, he calls him gyro because he spent a month in Philadelphia. So, yeah. How much is that?
The gyro?
Yeah.
1 second. Let me check.
Did the guy eat that?
Get separate hard lumps too.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, the gyro is $5.66.
Okay, is there a way to get that in separate hard lumps?
No. Well, you know what the gyro is, right?
No, I don't.
On a pita.
Oh, I don't. I thought it was like soft pieces or something, like fluffy pieces with ragged edges. And they're supposedly. He said he saw it on the show with a guy, the Adam whatever from that show, had it, and
Andrew.
Andrew from that show. He compacted them into the balls. How did you describe it?
It's separate hard lumps.
Separate hard lumps.
It's like nuts.
Like nuts. Separate hard lumps, like a chestnut or like a walnut or like some type of a big. That's what he said they looked like when he saw it on the show.
Or
they also had one. It was
like the owner. He's here if you want to talk to him. Like.
Wait, say again.
the owner's son is here. He was in the show. If
Oh,
you wanna
totally.
talk to him,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all right. 1 sec.
Thanks. Hey, this is the worst hold. I hate when there's hold, no music.
Sir.
Hello?
I can help you.
Hey,
Hello.
this is... Hello.
Hi.
Hey, this is Kevin. Hey, what's up?
Not much. How you doing?
Good. I was just talking to someone about the sandwiches, the stuff from the food show. You know what I'm talking about?
About the food show. What about the food show?
You guys were on that. That was so great.
Oh, the Man vs. Food.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the food show that comes into town every. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was great for us. Absolutely.
You were there?
I was the one on TV with him for the kitchen part. Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
my
great.
God,
I've been watching him for like a year, and then we got the call that they wanted to come here, so that was awesome.
Ask him if it helped him pick up any chicks.
Oh, my brother's here with me. He asked me to ask you if that helped you pick up any chicks.
I had lots of people want to take a picture with me.
Oh, that's.
But I don't know if I'd go that far. I had my time. I think I'm too old now.
Oh, you're too old. Yeah, chicks are weird with age. They're like a thing. So we're trying.
What was the thing on the show that was like separate hard lumps?
Yeah, there was. So we're trying to figure this out because my brother, our dad, is like a real sandwich jockey, and he.
You know, we got a pretty big menu. So besides the burgers, which our burgers are all broiled, and so they're awesome, and the crown burgers are specialty.
Wait.
But we have a steak sandwich, which is a like 7-8 ounce ribeye steak.
Okay.
On a French roll. I mean, that's really good. We have a gyro sandwich, which is on pita bread. We have BLTs, turkeys,
Can I interrupt you
French
real quick?
dips.
Would that be like fluffy pieces with ragged edges?
Okay, there's two things we're trying to find here. One thing that my brother Brendon, he's like asking me about this. There's something that has separate pieces with separate fluffy pieces with ragged edges. And there's also one that's separate hard lumps. There's like a sandwich that's described as having separate hard lumps. It's something my dad put in his Christmas list.
I have no idea what you guys might be talking about. Jagged edges. Now, are we talking about meat?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's big old DVR jockey.
Like soft blobs.
Okay, so the sandwiches they showed on the show was the pastrami burger, and that's the pastrami, hot pastrami that we do in our sauce and put on top of a cheeseburger.
So is that like separate hard lumps?
Is the sauce watery with no solid pieces?
Okay.
I don't know what the separate hard lumps would be, but
oh man, well I guess my dad, I don't know, maybe he saw something that wasn't there. He's claiming that it's either that and they put this like watery sauce with no pieces in it. It's like a
with the meat pieces. That's the pastrami. That's what we put on top of the cheeseburger.
Oh, but he said it has no pieces. It's watery, no solid pieces, entirely liquid. He described it as like I don't know.
He's thinking about fry sauce.
Oh, that
probably.
Must be it. Yeah.
See, that's what they featured on the show. They basically talked about the fry sauce, which is kind of a Utah thing, and we put it on the burgers. We use it for our dressing. We use it. People dip their fries and their onion rings in it. So there's the fry sauce, which is just like a liquid, like a dressing kind of deal.
What is it?
It's basically ketchup, mayonnaise. We put a little bit of pickle relish in it. Some spices,
Not poo-poo.
It's called our fry sauce, and you dip your fries and onion rings in there. That's really good. You can eat that with everything. That sauce goes on everything. It's good.
You can put it on poo-poo. That'll be the worst.
That's right. So,
have you ever heard of that? I know a guy in college who did that. He made a lot of money. Okay, this is the thing that he was asking about. So my dad's a real sandwich jockey, right? To the point where we'll overnight him stuff. So like we overnight him with like a backpack ice pack backpack, You guys don't have ice pack backpacks, do you?
We don't.
Have you heard about doing that? A lot of restaurants now are doing the ice pack backpack where you can like order it and then just do a drop kick ship straight off to wherever. Because
we don't have a really big demand for that. So
you know what? It's one of those things where I swear that how sometimes they say supply dictates demand.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come, kind of thing. So yeah, my dad's like a super big sandwich jockey, and we will mail him these sandwiches. And the one he's talking about is like some sort of a sausage sandwich as well. Do you guys do any kind of sausage thing?
It's not a sausage sandwich. I'm pretty sure he's probably thinking of a pastrami.
Okay.
I don't have a sausage sandwich. I mean, I have the gyro sandwich, which is the lamb and beef on pita bread, but the one that they kind of featured on which they showed that a little bit.
That's the fluffy pieces with ragged edges.
I don't know what fluffy pieces of ragged edges is. You know, if you tell him to watch a show again and then give you a call, I mean, everything that's on there is named. Then he can just tell you exactly what they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to watch it now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Put it on. Oh, yeah. This is. I think I found it here.
Today, all right. Well, you guys want to give me a call back when you're ready? Were you going to order it tonight or maybe order it tomorrow? What do you want to do?
All over town
well, I'm trying to figure it out.
Imitators. But I'm on a mission for the original.
We're watching it now.
Okay, but I got to go up front for a second. You want to call me back?
To see how a proper pastrami burger is crowned.
Hold on a second.
Thank you so much for having me.
You, Adam.
He's on TV.
This is George Katsarakis. This is
You're the guy.
Establishment for
32 years.
32
George.
Years. Will you make me a crown
This is
burger,
you.
Start to finish?
Okay, I got to go back to work though. So do you guys want to call me back? Do you want to order tonight, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. Well, we just gotta. I'm trying to find the part that my dad's talking about.
Hey,
Was that it?
What was that? The soft
blobs with clear cut edges.
Toasted and prepped with chopped onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and below all that, a thick slather of Utah's condiment of choice, fry sauce.
We know people that aren't from
Okay, but you call me back when that show's over, okay?
Oh, okay. Just pause it.
And we know they're from out of town.
We'll pause it. I think we just. So he's a real sandwich jockey.
He hung up.
He did hung up.
But that was good. That was about the time. What a nice guy. I don't think I feel good about our crank calls tonight. I feel like we are encountering super nice guys who are really excited that their businesses
but
on television.
I didn't dig
Although
into
that
him.
one was it was good. We were just kind of wasting his time, and we did get to mention.
Anytime you can get someone else to say soft blobs with ragged edges,
with clear cut edges,
yeah,
soft
fluffy
blobs with
pieces,
clear cut, the fluffy pieces with ragged edges.
I do like that my dad is a sandwich jockey.
Yeah. I have a whole list of these man versus food numbers, but I think that's probably where we'll stop, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably it. Should we do
cancer charity?
Should we do a commercial and then come back?
You want to do a commercial?
Yeah, maybe we should cut to a commercial and then we'll come back. You're listening to the Bone Zone. Here, this is Brendon Walsh. I'm here with Randy Liedtke. Johnny Pemberton. We're discussing the Bristol stool chart. We're also calling restaurants that have been on Man versus Food.
You know what we should call?
Trying to track down a sausage with cracks on the surface.
It's called Bristol Farms.
We call Bristol Farms. Well, either way, you are listening to the Bone Zone on all things comedy, and we will be back in just a minute. So hang in there, and we'll be back with all the top discussions that people are having on the internet.
Surge. It's a fully loaded citrus soda with carbos. Feed the rush.
And we're back. So, Johnny, you were saying that this amendment to the new Constitution is, you kind of see it as a... Now, you compared it to soft blobs with no clear-cut edges.
Well, there's no clear-cut edge to where they will stop. There just isn't. It's something that I think we're going to be paying for in the long run significantly.
So what you're saying is you support school shootings then?
I don't support
Randy,
them. I don't
care to
support
comment?
them. I don't support them. I don't
I'm
support
staying
them.
out of this. This is your guys. I'm not going to be talking about supporting school shootings.
I don't support
He's trying
them.
to get me to say something quotable, and I'm just not going to play the game.
Well, we're going to need some quotes. You know what? The paper's going to come out tomorrow, and you're going to be quoted whether you like it or not. You two guys, I'll tell you what.
Look.
The two of you, when I look at you, I just see fluffy pieces with ragged edges. You're just two mushy stools.
If you want to play gotcha journalism, then we can play gotcha journalism, and I'll see you on Snopes.com If we want to be a ragged bunch of hooligans and you want to go down to that pipeline, then I support it.